Hello, I'm Claudia Kay. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of my yard sale, garage sale haul and my quick trip into Betty's Flea Market. And so this is all of the glass. So if you haven't seen part 1, you might want to go back and watch part 1. I got some fantastic things that were not glass. And let me get right into what I picked up for myself, for my mom, and for resale. Also, I forgot to mention, I did get my daughter some things because her birthday is June 23rd, but I can't show you because I don't want her to know what I already picked her up. So this I had bought for resale. Did not realize it had a big chip in it, because what happens is I have the thing where my glasses become sunglasses out in the sunlight, and it was in the mid 80s by 10 a.m. when we hit this section of garage sales on Friday. Like, it was hot, it was humid. We gave it up before we got through half of the garage sales that were in this section, and gave it up to go get ice cream because it just got too hot. But because I go into then a dark garage after being in full sunlight, sometimes I can't see. I did not realize that this had a massive chip right here. Massive, and it's sharp. So this was not like an old chip where it's over time it's been softened. This is, so I guess it's mine now. That will not be going up for resale. And I bought my mom something. We have like bouquets of flowers here all the time. So one of my nieces that lives here, it just graduated from college. One just graduated from high school. Both have very steady, very serious boyfriends. And so they get flowers frequently from there. They get flowers from doing concerts. They get flowers from being valedictorian. So there is always flowers here. And my mom's got a lot of vases. You know, they're the same vases that you find in every mom's cupboard. And I wanted something that was prettier, because you all know my mom's love of clear glass. So I have been on the hunt for something that was fancier than just the plain clear. Guys, look at this. Look at this. This was filthy. It had dead spider legs in the bottom, and it was filthy. I thought I was going to soak it in vinegar, and I paid 50 cents for it. 50 cents for it. Get it home. It's marked Italy on the bottom, so it's Italian glass. And I didn't even have to, I just washed it. All of that filth came out. It must have just been sitting in their garage gathering dirt for years. Isn't that gorgeous? I was so happy about it. So pick that up for my mom, and she loves it. Loves it. And then I got myself something, because I have 2 ice buckets. Both of them have this kind of design on the lid. This would have had an underplate. You put dip in here, you put veggies on the underplate. I'll find an underplate at some point that matches this, I'm sure. But pick that up for me. And then I got this for resale, and I got it home. Well, we got it out to the car, and again, with the dark in the garage, I did not see that it had that crack, which I think has actually gotten bigger since I put it in the car. And when I got home, also realized that this is not the lid that would have gone to this unless they changed the lid halfway through production. So this is a Hazel Atlas condiment. They came, I think, in 3 sizes. Look at the spoon though. So the spoon will be up for sale, because we all know these vintage spoons go for a nice amount. But that was a disappointment. And then the lid not being the right lid. The other lids had like a ball top on them that was wood or metal. I couldn't tell from the pictures. But this lid if you know what this goes to and you need the lid, let me know. I've got the lid. So I didn't throw this away in case I could find another one of these, but the lid doesn't go with it anyway. That was a little bit of a disappointment. That blue spoon made it all worthwhile. And I don't often pick up bottles, but this one had such a pretty design. I've not soaked it in vinegar yet, but it had such a pretty design on it that I picked it up. And it says A.S. Heinz, I believe, Portland, Maine, USA. And he made cream, like face cream. He advertised it as, you know, for chapping, for windburn, for sunburn, for eczema. But I thought that was cool. And it makes it older because he then either went into business or got bought out by somebody else and they moved operations. So the fact that it says Portland, Maine makes it older. I think before 1920. Let's see if I can find it. Before 1925, he was still in Maine. After that, they moved operations out of Maine. So, little bottle. I know some of you collect old bottles. These, I've got 2 of them. These are so cool. I did not know these were a thing. And then I found these and I'm like, those look like ashtrays glued together. And when you go on eBay, there's these in every color. And sometimes they didn't put the bottom ashtray on, or sometimes, I think this one was flipped the other way. I don't know, but can you just imagine how pretty a candle is going to be in here? I've got 2 of them. So cool. But they've got them in every color on eBay. So at some point, somebody, maybe in the 70s, said, you know, it'd be cool if we glued these together. The glue job on these is really well done. I saw some on eBay where the glue had turned color and looked awful, or it hadn't been glued, and like the edges hadn't been cleaned up, and so there was glue. These are really, really nice. So I just thought it was the coolest thing. I had no idea that it was a thing that was done quite often, but apparently it was. So I've got 2 of these. No chips, no cracks in them. I love them. I think they're gorgeous, and I think with candles in them, they'd be so pretty. And, you know, ashtrays were made out of pretty heavy duty glass, so if you wanted to like set them on your porch or your patio and have candles in them in the evening, that'd be super pretty too. Picked up another one of these. The Indiana Glass Windsor candy boxes. This blue is such a pretty blue, so of course I'm always gonna pick up. No chips, no cracks. Love that. And this I found at Betty's, and I've gone back and forth about it for more than a month now. And finally because I didn't want to ship it, but finally I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Because even if it sits here for a while, it's so fun. Hollywood Regency. Not my style, like to live with permanently, but I do appreciate a good Hollywood Regency piece. Look at the naked babies. No chips, no cracks. It is big. Oh, and it was filthy. Once I cleaned it up, Mom came upstairs and looked at it. She goes, wow, I didn't think it would look that good. So much fun. So much fun. And then, now this does not glow, but it is, let me pick it up carefully. It is Moster. And I don't know if Moster called this jadeite or if they just called it like lime glass. I don't know, but no chips, no cracks. And it's, you can see through it. Do you see my finger? Yeah. So it's super pretty. super pretty. It's got the M inside the outline of the state of Ohio, so it's Mosser. Here's the open sugar. So pretty. And here is the tray. So that set will be up for sale actually on Monday's Glass with Class, as well as the Blue Indiana, and I'm not sure what else, but I know those two pieces will definitely be in Monday's Glass with Class. And then I picked up a smaller crystal vase. This one's crystal made in Germany. Anna Hudo. It's got a little bit of satin here at the top. I love the base. So pick that up. It's like bigger than a bud vase, but smaller than one of the big vases. So just a nice little size. That one's good for makeup brushes. If you're an artist, it's good for paintbrushes, that kind of thing. I got a set. I'm only going to show you one of each size, but I got a set of 12. This I believe is the 4 ounce. This one's the 8 ounce. And this one's the 12 ounce. Anchor Hocking, Georgian Honeycomb, and I have 4 of each size. And then I have another set of 4 of the big ones that are not going to be as much money because they do have, I don't know that it's dishwasher damage, but they aren't as clean and nice as these. So I've set of 12, 4 of each size, and then I have a second set of the large ones. I've never come across the large size before, never. And I have a rainbow collection of this size, and I've never seen the big ones before. But they are Anchor Hocking. The smaller ones are unmarked. Or if it's marked, I couldn't see it, but the large one does have the teeny tiny, you're not gonna be able to see it, right above there is the Anchor. So that's how I knew these were Anchor Hocking. But I could not get over no dishwasher damage. I mean, there is some wear, you can tell they were used, but no chips, no cracks, no dishwasher damage. This is a beautiful vintage collection of these. So very excited about that. And then I know I've come across what company made this, and do you think I can figure it out right now? I cannot. So if you know who made this, let me know. I found one on eBay listed as Fenton, but I wasn't 100% sure it was Fenton. So it's that heart-shaped bowl, and it does have a bit of cadmium in it when you hit it with the black light. So if you know, let me know. Next item. I cannot resist crystal, you guys. I cannot. And this one is, I believe, I can't see it, hang on. Made in Poland. 24% lead crystal. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous serving bowl. Oh, crystal. You know, my obsession with crystal is nothing new. Even though I'm not a huge clear glass fan, although I do like it more than I did a couple years ago, I have always loved crystal. I've always picked up random crystal glasses to drink out of from thrift stores and garage sales until the kids would break them. But listen. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at the clarity on that. Oh, it's so good. So good. And then speaking of clarity, I also picked this one up. You should have seen when I carried this out into the sunlight, the rainbows that this one threw across the driveway I was in. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, this one is marked on the bottom, and it's Rosenthal. And I thought because it was engraved with the Rosenthal on the bottom, that I'm like, maybe that's really good. I hadn't heard of it before. And then I'm like, oh, it's not that expensive. Like, it's far more beautiful than its price is gonna be. So beautiful though. I love it. Love it, love it. And things like that, I really base on, if it doesn't sell right away, am I gonna wanna look at it? Yes. The answer is yes. Put some lights in there, put some crystals in there. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. And speaking of clear glass, I found, oh, I didn't get it all the way clean, but I found this. And at first I thought it was Early American pattern glass, but this, I believe these bits are hand cut. So I don't know. And I could not find, it's got 4, we love a good foot. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So I could not find anything about this one. I don't know. But these do feel hand cut through here. And speaking of hand cut, I picked this piece up. Oh, it's so cool. This is all hand cut. You can tell. See? But when you look inside, it came with this. And it's got this divot in here this sits into. And so I was like, was this supposed to be in it? And I was like, what would you store in here? And so we went back and forth about it all night. And then I'm like, is that a cigarette box? So I'm on FaceTime with my daughter and she's like, well, you could roll a cigarette in here. I found one of these listed that's a slightly different shape that said it was for toothpicks. So if you know what this is for, let me know. I think it is super cool. And I did like 20 different image searches on both eBay and on, I guess I can show you the bottom, and on Google, and came up with nothing. So I have no idea. I don't know what it is, but I think it's super cool. So let me know if you know what that is. And then I got, ooh, let me get it out here. And this will be up for sale also on Monday's Glass with Class. It is a tumble up with an underplate in this gorgeous blue satin. Isn't that pretty? I love this icy blue. And it's a very different blue from the Indiana candy box, Windsor candy box. See? Different blues on that. So super pretty tumble up, and I cleaned it really good in this blue satin. There's the cup. No chips, no cracks. I think there's still a little water in there. Also, there are some bubbles. Some of that is bubbles inside the glass. So a little bit of water still in there, but most of that is bubbles inside the glass. And here's the underplate. I've never seen one with an underplate before, so I thought that was really cool. Okay, and last. So I saw this the other day, and there was only one. This was at Betty's. There was only one, and I said, Dad, this is a really nice quality glass, but there's only one, so I'm not going to get it. And I put it back down, and then for the last 2 weeks, I've been like, man, I wish I'd picked that up. I wish I'd picked that up just for myself. I wish I'd picked that up. And so when I went back, it was still there, and I picked it up. And then I bring it up to his desk where he sits in front of a window. And I was like, oh, because it's Waterford. It's Waterford crystal. It's gorgeous. So I'll be putting it up for sale instead of keeping it. I mean, I knew it was quality glass when I first picked it up. I had no idea it was Waterford. I think this is my second piece of Waterford in the last 2 years. It's gorgeous. And it's the double, let me see, I wrote it down. Double old fashioned. So it is a nice size. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. All right, that was my glass. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun shopping for this. I can't believe we got everything home without breaking anything. I keep stuff in my car to wrap glass in, but after the first couple garage sales, I already used up my bubble wrap. I had to pull out my extra bags from the back. I had things cushioned in everything. So I hope you enjoyed my glass haul, my crystal haul. I found great stuff and had a lot of fun with my nephew. And hopefully I will see you at my next Glass with Class with Black Dog Vintage and Antiques. That is always on my channel on Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern. We do that and we try to keep it at an hour so that you can spend your lunch break with us. And we give you a nice little pop of enjoyment in the middle of a blah Monday. Remember, be kind. It doesn't cost you anything. It may mean everything to someone else. Bye.